The Table for Strangers, Open-Mindedness. This is a story about the awake explorer, whose 13th awakening adventure begins when she is invited to dinner with people whose beliefs, customs, and choices are very different from her own. What first feels like a test of tolerance becomes something deeper, a chance to discover how quickly certainty can close a door that curiosity might have left open. The awake explorer arrived at a crowded neighborhood café just as the host waved her toward a long communal table. Only seat left. She looked down the table. A businessman in a suit, a tattooed musician, an elderly woman wearing bright purple glasses, a young mother with a baby, a man reading a book about economics, and two students arguing cheerfully about whether technology was saving humanity or ruining it. The explorer hesitated. "Perfect," she whispered. She sat. Within 5 minutes, 3 conversations had begun at once. The businessman loved strict schedules. The musician hated plans. The elderly woman believed everyone should dance more. The economics reader disagreed with almost everyone. The explorer listened. Then the conversation turned to travel. "I never use itineraries," said the musician. "That sounds irresponsible," said the businessman. "That sounds alive," said one student. The explorer smiled. Then someone asked her, "What do you think?" She opened her mouth and realized she already had an answer for everyone. Rigid, reckless, naive, argumentative. Interesting how quickly a table of strangers had become a filing cabinet. Her smartwatch vibrated. Course correction. An open mind does not mean having no view. It means leaving room to see more. She read it quietly. The elderly woman noticed. Important? Possibly. The explorer looked around the table again. Nothing had changed, but she decided to try something. Instead of preparing her opinion, she asked the businessman, "What do schedules give you?" He smiled. "Freedom." She blinked. "Freedom? If I plan carefully, I worry less." That was not the answer she expected. She turned to the musician. "And what does not planning give you?" He grinned. "Also freedom." The whole table laughed. The explorer did too. Same word. Opposite methods. The young mother joined in. "Before the baby, I thought spontaneous people were more relaxed. Now I think anyone who leaves home without snacks is insane." The businessman raised his glass. "To snacks." Conversation loosened. The explorer began asking questions. Not questions designed to expose contradictions. Real questions. The economics reader had grown up in a family where money was constantly uncertain. The musician had once spent years in a job where every minute was scheduled. The student who distrusted technology had built apps for 6 years before leaving the industry. Each opinion had a history. Each certainty had roots. The explorer noticed how different listening felt when she was not waiting to decide who was right. She still disagreed with things. Open-mindedness did not erase discernment. But disagreement no longer required reducing someone to the opinion she disliked. Dinner arrived. The explorer had ordered something unfamiliar. She took one bite and frowned. The elderly woman laughed. "Don't like it?" "I'm remaining open-minded." "You can be open-minded and still dislike eggplant. Thank goodness." They traded plates. Later, the two students resumed their argument. This time the explorer noticed something new. They were enjoying it. Neither seemed threatened. Their disagreement was not a war. It was exploration. She thought of all the times she had treated another viewpoint as danger. If someone saw things differently, she rushed to defend her position, as if listening might weaken the truth, as if understanding someone meant surrendering to them, as if changing her mind would prove she had failed. The musician asked, "Ever completely change your mind about something?" The explorer thought for a moment. "Yes." "Embarrassing?" "Sometimes." "Worth it?" She smiled. "Usually." By the end of dinner, nobody had reached agreement. The businessman still loved plans. The musician still avoided them. The students were still debating technology. The explorer still disliked eggplant, and somehow the evening felt harmonious. Outside, she stood beneath the cafe lights and checked her watch. No new message. She looked back through the window. For years she had imagined an open mind as a mind without strong convictions. Now she saw something else. A closed mind says, "I already know what this means." An open mind says, "Maybe there is more here than I can currently see." She adjusted her backpack and began walking. The world had not become less complicated. It had become less crowded with conclusions, and that left something she had not expected. Room.